lovies, it's me, Shanice, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about beauty and all things bougie. It's time for another video. Yes, another video time. All right, my lovies, in today's video, we are going to be doing a what is in my eyeshadow palette collection type of video. This is how it all came about. Last night at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I was just sitting up here in my beauty room and I decided to post on Instagram just like an overview of all the palettes that I have, because if you don't know, over the past few months, I've really been decluttering and throwing things away. So now I'm at a point in my collection where I have a few palettes that I really love, and I would love to know what would be your suggestions of some palettes for me to get to try out in the future, and I'm going to show you what I currently have. So if you're interested in seeing that, then stay tuned. All right, my lovies, before we get into the video, of course, I want to say hello to all of my brand new lovey subbies, and what is up to all of my OG rider lovey subbies. Thank you so much for being here. If you have not already, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it, leave a comment, and ring the bell, so that way you're notified every time I upload, which is every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and sometimes on Wednesdays for bonus content. All right, my lovies, so let's just get started. All right, so the first palette that I'm going to start out with in my collection is this Midas Cosmetic x Smoky Glow collaboration. Okay, this is what the palette looks like. It's really pretty and really wearable. I wanted this palette because it has a lot of pinks, it has a lot of neutrals, and I thought it was just so cute. And on top of the fact that I just love Smoky Glow. If you're not a fan of Smoky Glow, if you're not subscribed to her channel, go subscribe. I love Hannah Smoky Glow. She's just amazing. I've really been loving it, and it's really been fun trying it out. But this is the Smoky Glow Midas Cosmetics collab palette. The next palette that I'm going to show you is the Watch Me Blush palette by the Crayon case. This is what the palette looks like on the inside. Now, I'm going to be honest and say I really haven't used this palette a whole lot just yet. It's a pretty palette. I will say that I probably could have done without it, but I just love Super Scent. I love the Crayon case, and I really wanted to get, you know, all of their eyeshadow palettes, and it's a really popular palette. A lot of looks can be made out of it. So this is the Watch Me Blush palette by the Crayon case. All right, the next two palettes are two palettes that I kind of started out with when I like threw everything out of my collection and I was trying to rebuild my palette collection. And so then I bought these two palettes, and they are the Makeup Revolution x Patricia Bright collaboration, which I absolutely love Patricia Bright. Again, if you're not following Patricia Bright, she's an OG on YouTube, okay? OG black girl on YouTube, and I absolutely love her. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into her palette. This is the Rich in Life palette, and this is what it looks like. I've gotten a lot of use out of these palettes. One thing I like about this palette is it's super neutral, and you can do so many neutral looks with it. And there's like 4 different textures of shadows in these palettes. Anyway, this is super pretty. I love the yellow. I love this moment here. So I went ahead and picked this up. And then this is the black one, which is called the Rich in Color palette. And this is what it looks like inside of this palette. Now, this palette is beautiful. I loved the glitter moments. As you can see, I've used them both. Absolutely love our glitter moment. I'm glitter mommy, okay? I got glitter on today, glitter mommy. This shadow right here that you can see says it's a pressed pigment, but it's still a different texture. I don't know how to explain the texture of this. But it's just a super pretty palette, as you can see. So I absolutely just love both of the palettes. I think that this is just such a fun, colorful palette, and it's also a very wearable, colorful palette. So, okay, moving right along, we have the Box of Crayons palette. This is an iconic palette. Absolutely had to have it in my collection. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Now, if you will notice, the shades in this palette are the same shades that you will find in an actual box of crayons. So I thought that this was super cute, very pigmented, like extremely pigmented. That is one thing that the Crayon case is known for. So super beautiful. Love this palette. This palette is definitely a great beginner friendly palette. So Box of Crayons palette, and it's not expensive. I say go ahead and grab it. Next, by the Crayon case, we have the Matte Book, and I'm gonna go ahead and say right off the bat, grab this palette. You have to have it. Just get it. I love this palette, and it is a palette that is full of matte shades. You have a lot of monochromatic moments going on here. You have a lot of neutrals down here for transition shades. So this is a palette that you will get a lot of use out of. If you're trying to just play with color, I would definitely recommend the Matte Book by the Crayon Case. Again, not super expensive at all. Definitely worth it. This is something that I probably will always have in my collection so long as they are making it, because it's just that good. And the shadows are unbelievably pigmented. So this is the Matte Book and the Box of Crayons palette. Okay, and we're down to my last two big palettes. First up is the Morphe 35V palette. This palette is called Stunning Vibes. I love a good neutral moment right here. I love a good cool tone moment right here. I love a good warm moment in the center. I think that you can do everything with this palette. This is like a one-stop shop. This is also a great bridal palette. So this is the Morphe 35V palette. And last but not least from Morphe, I have my JACLYN Hill Volume 1 palette. I haven't done too much playing with this, just a couple of looks with it. I feel like there's a lot of repeats in this palette, but you have a couple of bold moments right here. You have a lot of shimmery moments. I think it's a really pretty palette. I don't know if I could just recommend that you go pick it up or say that you have to have it in your collection, but it was good. Of course, we love JACLYN Hill, so yes, this is her collab with Morphe, and I picked that one up. All right, moving on to smaller palettes. I'm gonna start with this palette. Now, this is the Profusion Peaches palette, and I believe Profusion had a whole Peaches collection. But sis, when I had stopped buying eyeshadows, this was the palette that I had, and it gave me plenty of looks, okay? Plenty of bomb looks. I just think that this is such a beautiful palette, and Profusion, as you know, is super affordable. Drugstore, absolutely love. I say go get it if it's still available, but I also would say do not shy away from using Profusion products. They're actually really, really good. Okay, and next up we have my Juvia's Place palettes. I only have 3 of their palettes. I had another one. I can't remember which one it was, but I tossed it. I don't know why. But I will say, with Juvia's, I trust their eyeshadows. This is the Festival palette by Juvia's. First of all, let's just stop and talk about the artwork. We love Juvia's for their artwork. But this is such a beautiful palette. And as you can see, I don't think I've used it yet, or I barely used it, but I definitely wanted to get it. This shade right here is such a unique shade. And so if you know me, I live for unique just colors. So this was so unique. I felt like this was very unique. I felt like this pink was very unique. The only thing about these palettes is that I will say that I don't think that I can do a whole look in one palette necessarily. I do think that this is a beautiful palette, and this is the Festival by Juvia's. And moving right along, we have the Nubian 2 palette. Again, love the artwork. It's dirty. As you can tell, I use this palette a lot, but I love this. Now the Nubian 1 and 2, I would say go get it, especially the Nubian 2. Look at this green moment here. I absolutely love this. I love this blue. I love how the mattes are very matte. I can't explain the texture and I can't explain the formula, but they're so pigmented, so easy to work with, so very blendable. I would definitely recommend these palettes, but this is the Nubian 2 palette, and we're moving right along to the Warrior 3 palette. This is like my favorite palette that I own as far as the artwork is concerned. Look at how beautiful that is. But as you can see, such a beautiful palette. These are my like 2 favorite shimmer satin type of shades. This is such a highly pigmented palette. I absolutely love it. Again, I would definitely recommend this palette as well. You can't go wrong with Juvia's Place. Very affordable, and I would definitely recommend that you go pick them up. All right, and then I just have this You Are the Revolution palette by Makeup Revolution. This palette actually came with the Patricia Bright palettes as a free gift, and I thought it was cute. So yes, not a whole lot to say about this one. I've used it a couple of times, but I think it's really inexpensive. Makeup Revolution is very inexpensive. Like this palette might be like $3, like very inexpensive, very great quality. So that is the You Are the Revolution palette. And last from my mid-size palettes is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Jackie Aina collaboration. Baby, this is the king, okay? This is the king. Jackie showed out with this palette. Like, these colors are so beautiful, so pigmented, but we do already know and trust the Anastasia Beverly Hills formula. But look at that, just beautiful. I absolutely love this palette. So many looks. I've definitely used it, definitely played with it, and definitely will continue to use it. But it's just such a beautiful palette, and if you can get your hands on it, I definitely say do that. But I just want to end with these quads here. This first quad is like going to be my everyday go-to in the fall. And that is the Macchiato Quad by Midas Cosmetics, which we love Midas Cosmetics. We love an Afro-Latina owned brand, baby. But I just love that this is like a look. Like you have 3 mattes, 1 shimmer. It's a look. I absolutely love that. And then the next 4 quads are from Hip Dot. I bought this whole quad collection. So the first 2 that I'm going to show you are these 2 glitter palettes, and this one is called L and this one is called Crystals. And then these are the 2 eyeshadow palettes that came with that quad collection. This one is called Zion and this one is called Opulence. But hopefully I'll do some more playing around with my Hip Dot stuff. I honestly don't think about reaching for them when I'm in here playing with my makeup, so I need to since I have them. But yeah, my lovey, so that is what I have right now. It's very small, you know, small and intimate eyeshadow collection, but I just wanted to share, especially since I had those requests to do so. And I also want to put out there, like, if you ever have any requests or something that you want to see me try, something that you want to see that I have, whether that be bags, makeup, clothes, whatever the case may be, any topics that you want me to talk about, don't hesitate to reach out to me because 9 times out of 10, I'll do them. But my lovies, that is my video for today. As always, I appreciate you spending time with me. Thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and come on in for your hug. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Go ahead and stick around on my channel, watch some of my other videos, but definitely don't forget to subscribe and come back next time. All right, my lovies. Love you guys so much, and we will see you in the next video.